This is Rock and Roll Hall of Fame drummer Neal Smith, and you're listening to Music 101 with Alexxis Steele.
Welcome to Music 101 with your host, Alexxis Steele. Brought to you by Steele Entertainment. Find them on the web at steeletalentagency.com. Produced by Romeo Recordings. Find them on the web at romeorecordings.com.
Hi, this is Alexxis Steele with Music 101. It gives me great pleasure to bring to you tonight Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, drummer Neal Smith. How are you doing tonight, Neal?
I'm doing fantastic, Alexxis. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Well, it's good to talk to you. Good to talk to you again.
Yeah, you too. Absolutely. As most of our listeners would know, Neal is a founding member and drummer for the original Alice Cooper group, along with Dennis Dunaway, Michael Bruce, and Glenn Buxton. But what a lot of our listeners don't know is that Neal is also a multi-talented artist in his own right. And not only does Neal play drums, but also other instruments as well, right, Neal?
That's right. Yeah, by necessity and for the pure enjoyment of it, I hang around with great musicians like Glenn Buxton and Michael Bruce. I learned to picked up a little bit of guitar back in the heyday of Alice Cooper, and have kept that up over the years, and dabbled in the keyboards as well, and always was a songwriter, so that just enhanced my ability to have more fun writing songs, give me a little more depth, and continued it with my new project.
Okay, absolutely. That's great. Well, Neal, your first solo project that you did, and that was actually written back in 1975, was a CD called Platinum God. And then that was later released, what, in 1999?
Exactly, yes, in 1999. It took me 25 years to release it, but, I wasn't in a rush.
Yeah, right. Hey, sometimes the longer you wait, it turns out better. So now,
I've heard that.
Did you play all the instruments on that disc?
No. The only thing I did was, I wrote the songs on that album, Platinum God. I wrote everything and played the drums and sang everything. So that was pretty much my job as in Alice Cooper. I did a lot of background vocals on the Alice Cooper songs as well. School's Out and I'm 18. A lot of the songs that would have big backgrounds on them and what have you.
Okay, great. Well, what I want to do for our listeners is take a listen to the title track off your first CD, Platinum God.
Okay, terrific.
Here's Platinum God, and we'll be right back with more from Neal Smith.
Like the burning sun, I'll cause the earth to shake and make you run. There isn't anything that I can't do. I clap my hands and it will deafen you. I listen to the thunder. Can't you hear the thunder? I am the platinum god. You can hear my thunder all over the world. Metallic sauces that have brought me to you, to change your face and intelligence too. Platinum God, we raise our hands to you. Platinum God, tell us what to do. patience you are trying. I'll erupt a volcano just to give you a scare. Then I'll split the sea to show you that I care. With all the power I'll hold in my hand, I can put this universe into a grain of sand. Platinum God, we raise our hands to you. Platinum God, tell us what to do.
back with Neal Smith. Neal, going back to some of the other music that you did after you did Platinum God, you also had a release of Cinematic.
Right. Well, that was yes, in the early 2000s. I had been asked to join a project with a bass player, Peter Catucci, and a guitar player, and they had wanted to do some sort of like jam freestyle music and record it while it was being essentially written, and we did that. But it also gave me the opportunity. I said I would be interested in it. I wanted to try something different. I have a huge collection of hand percussion from around the world, and I really wanted to have a chance to utilize those instruments and try something that I'd never really done before. Do a complete album, pretty much with Indian instruments, Native American instruments, and I refer to drums and what have you. And so they gave me the opportunity to be creative like that, and that's how that project started. And we did 2 CDs.
Okay, so the second one was One Full Moon Away, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, awesome. Now, fast forwarding to 2008, you came out with your first CD under the name Killsmith called Sexual Savior.
Right.
Now, the music on this is harder-edged than what you were previously doing, and also contains some explicit lyrics and racy pictures. So what was your concept for this CD?
Well, my concept for the CD was basically to get back to I can't call it the original shock value, but the original, sort of raw impact that the original Alice Cooper group had. And in this day and age, it's almost impossible to shock anybody with anything. So I just wanted to be a little harder edge musically. I was inspired by a lot of the 90s industrial metal bands and real heavy rock metal bands, and so I wanted to take the opportunity to sort of transpose the music I was writing at the time into that vein. I thought, I listened to it, I enjoyed it, I saw some of the bands live, I listened to a lot of the CDs, and was really inspired by that music. And Rammstein, of course, is one of the bands, and there were some bands in the United States. One was called Tapping the Vein, a great band out of Philadelphia. A band out of Texas called Shirley Temple of Doom. King's X is another great band. There's the really big bands like Metallica and 9 Inch Nails. I mean, there's a lot of great music and feeling in their music. But I wanted to try to experiment with that with my new songs, and plus I didn't want to hold the lyrics back. And since I have always had a very colorful vocabulary, I decided that if the lyrics to the songs flowed in a certain direction, I wasn't going to censor my own songwriting. So therefore, whatever came out as a song developed, I went with it, and that was how the lyrics complemented the music on Sexual Savior. And just to give an example, Sexual Savior, that was an idea for a song that kind of just happened at the time, and I thought it was strong enough to be a great title for the album. And I wanted Killsmith, and I didn't really want to call it Neal Smith like Neal Smith Platinum God. I really wanted the concept of the music to have its own sort of its own dimension, its own personality, and that's where I came up with the Killsmith name.
Okay, great. All right, well, what we're going to do for our listeners is we're going to play that title track, Sexual Savior, and we'll be right back with more from Neal Smith.
When I stay home late and I'm shit-faced drunk, seeing double and smelling like a roadkill skunk. My woman takes me by my peel so red ass self. explanation needed, cause she fucking understands. My woman's too hot to handle. My woman's a front page scandal. My woman's a sexual savior, yeah. She's my sensual savior, sensual savior. She's my sensual savior, sensual savior. When I'm down in the dumps, feeling like a piece of shit. She just says, dude, get over it. She wraps herself around me and says, hold on tight. Get ready for the naked ride of your life. My woman's too hot to handle. My woman's a front page scandal. My woman's a sexual savior, yeah. She's my sexual savior, sexual savior. She's my sexual savior, sexual savior. I'm calling back home 1,000 miles away, yeah. I'm horny as hell, I've been gone a few more days, you know. She says I'll fuck you on the throat, I'm laying here naked. We'll come together hard and I won't be faking. My woman's too hot to handle. My woman's a front page scandal. My woman's a sexual savior, yeah. She's my sexual savior, sexual savior. She's my sexual savior, sexual savior, yeah. My woman's hotter than a front page scandal. My woman's a sexual savior, yeah. She's my sexual savior.
Okay, we're back on Music 101 with Neal Smith, talking about all his solo projects. Neal, now, in 2011, you released your second disc titled Kill Smith 2.
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
so how does that differ from your first one?
Well, first of all, I think that the way, again, the songs sort of, I when I write songs, I just go with the feel of the songs, and I listen to what the direction, the lyrics sort of take their own direction. I really don't force anything on a song. The lyrics weren't as raw and as X-rated as on Sexual Savior, so I thought it would be a good opportunity for me to try just keeping that in mind, make it a little bit more radio friendly. And in doing that, the choruses became a commercial is a word I really hate, but maybe a little bit more melodic on the choruses as opposed to the Sexual Savior album. So Killsmith 2 does have a little bit different feel. The music is pretty much the same. On that again, I played all the rhythm guitars like I did on Sexual Savior. Killsmith 2, I played the guitars and a lot of the keyboards, drums, wrote everything and sang everything. And Peter Catucci, who was on the cinematic projects with me, or actually I was on with them, he plays bass on the Killsmith projects, and he's also the engineer and records everything for me. So basically, Killsmith is myself and Peter Catucci, and Peter is a phenomenal singer. I develop a character, the Killsmith character, and it's more of a sort of a dark, sinister sort of vocals and that sort of thing, but he's a very, very well-versed singer. He's a great singer. So I highlight a lot of the backgrounds of what I do with his exceptional voice. And but overall, I would say that Killsmith 2 a little bit more radio friendly, and the hooks, the choruses, like in songs like "Crimes of High Passion" and "Squeeze Like a Python." Those songs were just a little bit more commercial.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Squeeze Like a Python definitely has that chorus you can sing along to. I'd say that's probably one of my favorites on this.
That's great. Yeah, that's a great song, and we had it's on YouTube, and we've had a lot of success with it. And it was actually the last song that I wrote for the album, and that has nothing to do why it's the last song on the album, but also a good friend of mine, Doug Wahlberg, who is a great guitar player in the New England area, and I've known him since the 70s, and he came in and was kind enough to join me and play some phenomenal lead on the song as well.
Okay, great. Well, we're going to take a listen to my favorite song off the disc, Squeeze Like a Python, and we'll be right back on Music 101.
Squeeze me like a python on an all-night marathon, loving like a freight train, rolling iron thunder. Serpent queen seduction, intoxicating charm, the fire in her eyes, triggers warnings for alarm. This body of a goddess squeezed around me tight, takes my breath away, making love all through the night. Squeezing like a python, never letting go. Striking like a cobra with deadly venom flow. Squeezing like a python, never letting go. Constricting like a boa, I can feel the life force go.
Okay, we're back with Neal Smith, talking about Neal's current projects. Neal, now you're currently in the process of recording your third CD, which is expected to come around Christmas time, right?
I'm hoping to have everything complete by the holidays of 2013. Yes.
Okay. Now this one is called Killsmith and the Greenfire Empire, right?
That's right. That's the title for the new one, and I've been experimenting with something I hadn't done for a long time, really since the Alice Cooper group, and that was to really put an album together where every song on the album was part of a concept, and that was my challenge. And again, the story just sort of flowed, sort of came together, and sort of ends up being like a rock and roll Indiana Jones kind of a thing.
Okay, cool. So our listeners can expect some exciting things, I guess, from the new CD.
Well, it has the tough edge, the raw edge that Sexual Savior and Killsmith 2 certainly has, but in this one, because it's more of a story, and and I wanted more depth to it. The real, heavy metal guitars are certainly on a majority of the songs, but also I've lightened it up. And there's one song that's sort of more like a Dixieland song, and there's one that's just a big rock ballad. So I wanted to add a little bit of depth and dimension to it that I hadn't tried before in the Killsmith songs, and I think that just helps tell the story a little bit better. Actually, there's even a Christmas song that's going to be on this, and I have another one that's called I have to have the yin and the yang. So there's a Christmas song called Noel, No Wonder, because the character that's in this, her name is Noel. And then there's also a song that's called Screaming Bloody Murder, and that's about a murder that happens on Christmas Eve.
Okay, wow. All right, so how many tracks are going to be on the new CD?
There'll be 11 tracks, 11 new songs.
11 new songs, great.
Yep.
Okay, so did you co-write this also with the same partner that was on your previous CDs?
Well, I mean, I write everything myself. When I'm in the studio, Peter Catucci, who's the bass player and the engineer, he also will help occasionally on arranging the songs. I'm writing all the lyrics, singing everything. Actually, one song, the Christmas song, Peter Catucci is going to sing that one, and I may bring some guest vocalists in for a couple of the other songs. Again, I like the term rock album, but I don't like the term rock opera especially. It's a little bit dated. I just like the idea that it's a concept centered around a story, and all 11 songs on the album have something to do with that direct story. And the Green Fire Empire is a drug cartel. They invent or they actually find an ancient recipe to a drug. And the drug is very hallucinogenic, but it's as addicting as heroin or cocaine. But it also, when you take a trip on the drug, it will send you into the future. So it's multidimensional, very, very dangerous, and it does kill people. And so the dilemma is that this drug is taking over the planet, and Killsmith has to find a way in all of this insanity. His wife, who's called Noelle, she is killed in a crossfire between two big rival gangs, and so he takes revenge, and he has to go deep into the jungle to find the Emerald King, who is the person that discovered this ancient recipe to this drug, and then he has to try to see if he can eliminate this bad curse on the planet.
Wow, it sounds really interesting. Sounds like it's going to be really cool. Can't wait to hear it. Now, are you going to have videos out for it too?
I want to. I'll at least do one, and hopefully, maybe more, because this is a very visual. It's a very visual album, and possibility. I mean, my big wish would be to do every single song and to tell the complete story of this concept. But there will definitely be visuals along with this. Okay, great. Now, what about any plans on touring to promote the new CD? Well, if we can, get an audience going, and we can, I would love to do it. We tried to do that with the Killsmith 2 after Squeeze Like a Python, but I actually started to get into this new project so much I sort of shelved that. But I'd love to get out and because the band that I had was fantastic. We were in rehearsals for a couple of months, and then I just started writing the new material, and like I said, sort of shelved that. So. This one would definitely be interesting and very theatrical. Yes, definitely sounds like. Well, where will our listeners be able to purchase your new CD when it comes out? Well, CD Baby, which is online, is and then they have things on Amazon. They also have the CDs available on Amazon, but CD Baby also has downloads. My website, nealsmithrocks.com, it's all my CDs are always available there, plus a few more things as well. But that's really where I make most everything available. I do have in Europe. I have a couple of companies that distribute my CDs overseas. But basically, in the States, I have my own record company, so I just have it through CD Baby and through my own website that they're available, and people have no problem finding it. Okay, great. Okay, there you have it, listeners. Definitely keep your eye out for Neal's upcoming CD around Christmas time, titled Killsmith and the Green Fire Empire. It sounds like it's going to be a great CD. It's going to be very interesting. I can't wait for it to come out. And you it's going to be a lot of fun. You can check out all of Neal's discography at www.nealsmithrocks.com. That's Neal, smithrocks.com. And you can get also autograph items from Neal as well, right? That's right. Yeah, all the CDs that I sell directly are autographed. I autograph them all. Okay, great. Well, Neal, it was a pleasure speaking with you again, and can't wait to hear a new CD, and I'll definitely be back in touch with you once it comes out so we can talk again and we can hear the new stuff. That's fantastic. I look forward to it, Alexxis, and thank you very much, and enjoy the rest of your summer. Stay cool. Oh, absolutely. You too, Neal. Have a great night. All right, thanks. You too. Sure. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
This is Alexxis Steele for Music 101.